Hello, welcome to another episode. We're talking about multiverse movies. I'm too lazy to do an intro, so we're just getting right into it. We got some returning guests. We got Ben and Joe, who have been on a few previous episodes. Guys, welcome back. Excited for this episode. There's been a couple movies that have come out recently that are about multiverses, so we said, why not make an episode about that? So we're talking about everything everywhere all at once, which we're going to get annoyed about saying by the end of this episode because it's so long. And we're going to be talking about multiverse in the multiverse of madness. Doctor Strange 2.
Multiverse of madness. Yeah, sure. Doctor Strange 2.
And then we will be ending off pitching our own multiverse movies, which I am very interested to hear about because I haven't heard anything about what you guys are going to be talking about. So that's always fun. We haven't done pitches in a while. We are also going to be using these two movies as an excuse to talk about lots of other multiverse movies that we are fans of or not fans of. But yeah, anyone have anything to say about multiverse movies in general before we get into specific reviews?
There's not really a lot. I mean, at least for my definition of multiverse movies. There's like three main ones, but like
this will be the only time that you'll be able to see this or be able to say that, because in 5 years there's going to be 20 Marvel multiverse movies.
There's going to be at least four when all of our pitches get picked up, right?
Well, there's another one coming this year with the Flash.
Is there?
Yep.
Yeah, they're doing a kind of a redux of the Flashpoint paradox.
Oh,
they've even spoilers if you guys haven't seen the preview, but they have stated that both the Michael Keaton and the Ben Affleck Batman, both of those Batmen will make appearances in this film.
Oh boy. Did they manage to reshoot the whole thing without Ezra Miller already?
Yeah, not only is Ezra Miller in it, he's playing multiple characters.
Super in it. However, what I will say to that, though, is it feels like they have a really easy out if they need to recast Ezra Miller, right?
Yeah, multiverse. Oops, different one.
He looks different. Wow, that's crazy. But he's still Barry. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard that the ending of that movie is going to be just because the DCEU fucked up everything with like who their cast is and what they have. That it's like you can just say, "Hey, multiverse, disregard all those other movies. We're now this," and you could just have the ending of the movie be, "Here's your new Justice League," and now just we're gonna go do something else now. So,
yeah, you think all these actors like signing on to these DC and Marvel movies are worried now? Like, they could just change me at any time now. There's not a lot of job security with the multiverse, with the emergence of the multiverse.
It's a good point. Yeah, like there'd be no reason to, but I think it's been that way for some time, right? Like they replaced Edward Norton with Mark Ruffalo and didn't even bat an eyelash. Yeah, it's the same guy. Yeah, same guy.
3 times. They changed Hulk 3 times.
He dyed his hair. But what? Why are you asking?
Well, do we count Eric Bana? Hulk was not part. He was before.
He's not MCU.
He's not MCU.
Yeah, okay.
And now they're bringing back other characters from the Edward Norton Hulk movie, so you can't say that the Edward Norton one is not. I mean, they already did with what's it called? Ross, General Ross. Yeah,
Ross. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's okay. That was Earth 616, right?
Yeah.
It's a different one.
Okay. You know what? No, we'll get into it in a bit when we're talking about.
Let's just get into it. We're talking about Marvel. Okay. I was going to start with the other one first, but let's talk about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Go ahead, Ben.
Well, I was just going to say, were you all aware that is the correct number for the main Earth in the comics continuity? Like, did everyone know?
I'm aware that there is controversy around that because the actress who plays Miss Marvel thinks that the correct Earth should be 199999. I don't know why, but I know that I know that 616 is like the general comics one.
Yeah. That's your typical one, and yeah. So that I like that kind of stuff, and like the idea that they're already, like you find out midstream that other people are already fucking numbering it, and they're in the 800s or whatever. Like that's pretty interesting. I like that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know any of the background, and I'm gonna get into this a little bit later, but especially for Doctor Strange, like all these extra things, like the Easter eggs and stuff, and like the cameos. I mean, obviously everyone knows. Spoiler alert. It's been out for like months now, but spoiler alert: Reed Richards, like Professor Xavier, they're all in it. But then like that Black Bolt dude, I have no idea who that was.
That threw me off. I didn't know him either.
Yeah, like
you guys don't know Blackagar Boltagon?
No.
Hidely hodily, no.
Man, no one saw the Inhumans. 100%. No one saw that shit.
No.
I like that he was the same actor, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Because I never watched the TV show either, but I'm aware of the character and like the Inhumans.
The costume was the same.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, it's too bad because he's dead now. So
that dimensions that guy.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. But yeah, like so.
Sorry. Let's start with what did people actually think of the movie before we get too much into. Can we just do like a round table on whether you liked it or hated it or general first impressions?
Joe, how about you start?
Me start? All right. For me, as with the timeline, with everything, with the MCU, I just found it more of a interesting movie. I feel like they use it as a filler to maybe set up some other storylines, other movies that are coming up, other characters, or just try to end, I guess, open the possibility to the end of some characters, so that way they could recast and then maybe just kill some people off. Even maybe for Black Panther, they would have, obviously, maybe a new Black Panther come up, and it's not so sudden as to why there's a new face to Black Panther without having to adjust too much the main storyline of 616?
Yeah.
So I just found it more of a movie to watch for fun. Nothing that I really felt was. I mean, it felt more of a scary movie, like a scary movie to me. Some scenes,
which really I loved, by the way.
It had me off guard because I was watching it at dark with the lights down. And, yeah, maybe jump a little bit, but I thought it was. If I had to give it just the overall kind of a rating for a movie, I'd give it 6.5. Out of 10 for a Marvel movie. The main things for me that I really liked were all the features that open to the other Earths. I don't know all the numbers. I know that there are a few different timelines that I remember, obviously growing up reading the comics, but I don't know where they relate to, like 616, 111, or whatever Earth it is. But it was nice seeing Professor X pop up, which kind of gives me a hope that they will still maybe be able to bring in some X-Men, use the word mutant, and maybe tie in Deadpool to some of the Marvel stuff.
Wow, 6.5, huh?
Yeah, I still prefer the first Doctor Strange. I did like the twist, the after credits twist. I didn't know much about the character or the end of the credits twist, but I was intrigued and I want to see where that goes, seeing where she slices open to. Yeah.
So I'll jump in there with and actually, Joe, you really hit on a couple of the things that sort of the movie bothered me a little bit, and the way that it bothered me was in that, like, it felt like it was very reference heavy. Like, it's extremely rewarding in a lot of ways for people that understand the source material, have been paying attention to all the movies, watched WandaVision, are familiar with the X-Men series, but still like are excited to see, like, there's this almost cockiness to some of the references. It feels like it would alienate a new audience, and I feel like it kind of got like bogged down in it being a superhero movie, so that like you kind of get lost with like the characters. Like I love America Chavez as a character. That character is like interesting powers, has a bit of gravitas, things are completely resolved. She's not a total dick. Like that's a cool character. And all the other characters just kind of suffered from either being Doctor Strange, and like we'll get into it when like we talk about the other movie, but like I thought Benedict Cumberbatch was a good actor, right? And now that I've seen the other movie, Benedict Cumberbatch sucks, guys. When you put him against Michelle Yeoh, he fucking sucks. He can't act. Get out of here, Benny. Like, anyway, so yeah, that's I think, and Joe, not to keep picking on this 6.5, but you did say something that I think is very telling. You said 6.5 for a Marvel movie. Presumably that number goes down if you start comparing it to all other movies.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know if it's me also comparing it to Everything Everywhere. That's why I'm just going to shorten that as Everything Everywhere. Yeah, so I'm thinking that's what I might be comparing it to. But I think just in general, just watching, I think I was watching a few other Marvel movies in the week and weeks before, and I was just, I was not overly wowed, like even rewatching Thor or any other ones. But I know for multiverse wise, I thought, 6.5. That's what I had to give that there.
One last thing. I would also say that I thought that the bad guy was going to be far more ambiguous. Spoiler alert. It feels like
full spoilers here, don't we?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, it feels silly. I don't know. Why am I going to throw that?
Yeah, I forgot.
Anyway, it's the Scarlet Witch, 5 minutes in, maybe. Yeah. And her justification is the same justification that she keeps getting in trouble for. So, my sympathy for it is unfortunately very low. And everyone kind of tells her, this is a bad idea. She just keeps going. And sometimes there's I feel like they tried to make her redeemable, but she'd already killed too many people at that point for me. So, if they try to bring back Scarlet Witch and be like, she's a hero now, we've forgiven her, I don't know about that. Hey, what do you guys think?
Oh, I have things to say, but I'm going to let Carson go first because I feel like he's going to be more in line with what you guys are saying. And then after that, I can continue to shill for Marvel.
This will be a surprise, but I did not mind this movie at all.
I did not mind.
That's about the most glowing review as I've given a Marvel movie in a while. But I think part of it has to do with my expectations for this movie were basically in the Marianas Trench. They were as low as you can go. I've heard the rumors about you open the Multiverse of Madness and you kind of give way to Disney's need to just have cameo diarrhea everywhere. And it's I've talked about this a lot on the podcast. I hate references, I hate cameos because I just want people to tell a story on its own. And Rogue One. Not to go back on that all the time, but it's just hey, we're in a movie, we're in a story. Oh, let's stop. Let's have a cameo. Let's have a reference, and then we move on. And you completely disrupted the story. And so that's what I was expecting. And I was hearing that rumors of people saying Tom Cruise as Iron Man and the original Fantastic Four and just all this shit that they could have thrown in. And they didn't. It was a pretty straightforward story. I understood the villain's motivations. You say, Ben, she's not sympathetic. And it's doesn't need to be. She's a villain. Didn't need to be a good character. I like that they took a character that's considered to be a hero and kind of turned her into a villain, even though that's kind of what she is in the comics, but it's, nice little difference. My wife, by the way, she didn't know much about WandaVision, but she's she wants to see her kids. Let her murder whoever she wants if she wants to see her kids. And then America Chavez, I like that character. If you're going in your typical fish out of water story, you want some character to help take you into that world. And I thought America Chavez was good at that because Doctor Strange and Wanda are too much into the mystical arts and the witchcraft that nothing seems weird to them. So you need to have a character where it's this seems weird or this is a more grounded character. So I liked her. I liked that it was a very straightforward, Wanda is trying to get this kid, Doctor Strange trying to save her. Got it. It's not too much on top of that. And the things I didn't like about the movie is what I don't like about a lot of Marvel movies these days. When it comes to the fight scenes, it's purple lasers versus red lasers. I don't understand what the power of each of these lasers are. I'm just kind of giving you trust that one is supposed to be more powerful, but it's just boring, especially when you look at the Endgame scene, or not Endgame, but Infinity battle between Doctor Strange and Thanos, where they're doing all the magic shit. And it's okay, that's a fun fight scene. And they had a fun one in this one where they were throwing musical notes at each other. And it's okay, fighting with magic. I get it. There's a lot you can get creative, and so the fact that so much of the movie was just shooting red lasers at each other is like, okay, that's boring. I don't care about that. The all the cameos that did pop up with like the Fantastic or Reed Richards and Black Bolt, it's like it served a very specific purpose to the plot, and then it was done and it moved on. So I was okay with that. So not a good movie by any stretch of the imagination, but like I was okay with it. It was just a movie that had a story and it was fine.
Yeah, I just wanted to like add a point out to Carson's where for my girlfriend who's watched some of the Marvel stuff, whether it's the shows or some of the movies, just as a standalone person just watching the movie, you feel like you're a little left out with some hints in there, and you feel like when you watch it, you feel like you're missing some knowledge that you should know. Otherwise, I'd prefer to have a movie where you can just sit and it's semi-explained to you during the movie without having to do any research or anything afterwards.
The other thing I'll say is, with all the other shit going on in the multiverse and like the Loki TV show and No Way Home, it was starting to make me think like, okay, what multiverse story am I supposed to care about here? And the answer that they seem to have gone with is, it doesn't matter. You don't need to know any of the other movies. It's just, you only need to know the part of the multiverse that is in this one. Like, you need to know WandaVision, but it kind of undercuts the end of Loki because it doesn't seem to have any relation to what's going on, or maybe it does. But it's like, okay, so far they've done an okay job with, you're somebody who can come in without having seen anything and you can still understand what the plot of the movie is. You're not so lost.
Yeah, I don't like, one of my biggest gripes about this movie is that it doesn't make the same amount of sense if you haven't seen WandaVision, and I don't like that you have to do that. Especially considering like the quality of some of the series that are coming out, like it's getting a little tiring, especially how like drawn out they are. There's like 6 episodes where like 5 nothing really happens, and then everything happens in the last episode. Obi-Wan Kenobi, by the way. That being said, I would give this like a solid 8 because I really liked it. I mean, I like I said, I'm gonna be continuing to shill for Marvel on this podcast, but like there's so many things that, well, like there was enough things that were like different enough. Like you guys mentioned how like it was like there was parts where it was actually full on scary. Like when I watched in the theater, it was actually pretty funny. The girls behind me, I could hear them talking like the whole time, and the part in like after or during the Illuminati, after like she's murdered all of them, and like right after that she's killed Professor Xavier, and she like chasing them down the tunnel. I heard these girls behind me like, why is this movie so scary? Like 100% I knew that they were like, oh, this is a Marvel movie, let's go and have some fun. And then you got like Elizabeth Olsen like breaking old men's necks and stuff. But I mean, like, I really enjoyed, and also like I didn't know that Sam Raimi had directed this coming into it, and I like the stuff that he does. Like I could see like the visuals of like Army of Darkness, like Zombie Strange, exactly like Dead. Well, not exactly like Dead Ash, but you could see.
He looks like a Deadite.
Yeah.
He looks like that kind. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and like the weird style which can go like way over the top at some points, and he does in this movie, but like I just enjoy that so much, and like some of the like the throwbacks to like some of the like the angles that he uses, like you know when what's her name, girlfriend lady, who's not girlfriend lady,
Rachel McAdams.
What's her, it doesn't matter what her name is. Christine. But like she's like fighting that soul, and it's like it's in her face, so the camera is like in her face, and it's like all like that kind of thing,
the
like
POV type of thing.
Yeah, just stuff like that. I enjoyed, especially just because I like Sam Raimi's style, like the whole scary shit. And then like Carson mentioned, the cameos weren't overbearing in this, like. I alluded to this before, but like someone like Blackagar Boltagon or whoever else,
you nailed it.
Well, sure, he was good in it, like for his 15 seconds, but like I had no idea who he was, so it wasn't like, it didn't take away from the story as like a whole stop the movie. Oh my god, look at this guy. it was just like it was a good plot. He was a good plot device, which maybe isn't good for like a Marvel fan, but like for me, who's just along for the ride and doesn't know like all the lore, I think I enjoyed it. So yeah, like it was fun. It was very unexpected, and it was a pleasant surprise for me.
What'd you guys think of Doctor Strange like as a character?
So one of my favorite use, like I was thinking about, because we're thinking about multiverse movies and like why do you make a multiverse movie? And one of my favorite purposes for using that as a like storytelling technique, which we're going to talk about when we talk about Everything Everywhere All at Once, is you get to understand the different versions of a person and who they could be and the choices they make in life. And they kept trying to develop Doctor Strange's character to be about his relationship with Christine, which nobody cares about. But what I think was interesting about the character is they talked about the different versions of him who is not the good guy, who is willing to do the bad thing because he's not protecting people, he's protecting like entire universes or multiverses. And so I thought it was interesting that wherever he goes, he meets a version of himself who's kind of a dick because he needs to do the right thing. And I wish that they developed that more as opposed to their romantic relationship. So I hope they're setting it up to lean into that later. But I felt it was kind of a missed opportunity with this movie.
Well, there are definitely missed opportunities, especially if you approach it looking at it as a multiverse movie. I mean, which is tough because multiverse is in the title. But like, if you look at it as just like it's just about. I mean, it's the struggle between Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch trying to get to her kids, who Elizabeth Olsen, by the way, acted the shit out of Scarlet Witch, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but like that for the whole movie, because like it's I don't even really see it as a multiverse movie at all. Like it's just the multiverse stuff is just like a plot point or like a plot device, because there's so much opportunity, like Carson said, to do things in a multiverse that you never really see. And even in Everything Everywhere All at Once, like you don't see, like everyone is still the same person, but just like, oh, this one's a dick. This one is a martial arts master. This one's an actor. And like in this one, it's Doctor Strange. He's like the different universes that you see is like, oh, this is like really nice New York, or this is like your paint here, but that's only for like half a second. Like you don't really go into the really weird things that you can do, which I get. Like you can't make a movie about people that are paint, but
it made me think of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which did a much better version of that scene, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what it also kind of reminded me of is that scene from Valeria and the City of 1,000, or the Planet of 1,000 Cities, or whatever.
Yeah.
Where they like tumble through all those different worlds in the spaceship because of all the different climates and whatever. It just, again, like it's almost like they dip into it to kind of give the illusion of exploring many more dimensions than you really do. And then you do like 3.
Yeah.
So that you're not having to keep, because it makes sense, right? You have to bring it down a little bit, because otherwise you're just continuously establishing environment and not getting to any kind of resolution of plot points or, progression.
Yeah.
So, but still, like, if it's like, okay, multiverse, like, more than 3.
Yeah, I've heard some people say that like this movie feels a bit cheap because you really just have like 3 versions of New York and that's it. But going back to what I was saying is like I like that this was a straightforward movie. Like I'm okay with that. Going back to what you were saying, Paulo, about this being a multiverse movie or not, like there's different reasons that you would want to have a multiverse, which is why I'm interested to hear some of your guys' pitches to see like what you guys interpreted as multiverse and what you would use for that, storytelling device. Because you do have the Everything Everywhere All at Once, where it's more about like analyzing the choices and the different people that you could be, but you also have the Disney approach to things where it's like, I want to see the same person twice in a movie, which is also not a terrible. And if you talk about the movie The One, that's their whole premise. They just wanted Jet Li to fight Jet Li, and I'm okay with that. So
Yeah, I think
It's
totally
just
for
the
that.
best.
It's just
that is when you have a character like that. That's definitely a great. I do like for the fact that they only went to like 3 versions of New York. I think for most people watching, I think if you did a little bit more, it may take away from things a little bit. I think just the little snippets of going through the worlds that was good enough to satisfy that. Hey, multiverse. We're going through. There's a whole bunch of different stuff going on, but we're just gonna cover these 3.
I would have also liked to have seen more. Like they got towards the end with like the eye showing up in Strange's
I
head.
forgot about that.
But like I would have liked to have seen more of that throughout the movie. Like almost like, you know, all of a sudden now you have you know, you're missing a fingernail on your pinky fingernail and you don't know why, right? But like you have a vague recollection of slamming your fingernail in the like I would love to see more multi-dimensional, almost like infecting the main dimension that you're introduced to throughout the whole movie. Like almost like you're getting interdimensional poisoning.
Yeah.
Right? And I think they get closer to that kind of thing with Everything Everywhere All at Once. And again, we'll talk about it, but it just feels like it's just it's almost rude that these 2 movies would be out roughly around the same time.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like that Deep Impact, Armageddon, fucking Volcano, Dante's Peak kind of thing. Where you've got 2 movies, they did a similar thing, and I feel like one did it definitively better.
Yeah, I mean they're hard to compare because they're both multiverse movies, but they're both trying. Like, I'm not going to argue that Everything Everywhere All at Once is not a better movie because it definitely is. But it's like they are trying to do different things. Like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is not trying to be a character study. They're trying to go like, look at these wacky scenes. Come see our movie. And they're also trying to make like 10 multiverse movies, so they can't do everything all at once.
Well, I mean, Elizabeth Olsen is trying to make a character study, but yeah, I agree.
Within the confines.
Yeah,
the confines of a Marvel movie.
Exactly. And with the Marvel movie, they have like expectations, and you know, you got to connect it with stuff, set it up for something future. Everything Everywhere All at Once is just movie that has just a fresh new movie, no context, and you get completely thrown into it.
Well, and I think to add on to that, like it keeps it more free right off the top. Like it again talking about how like Doctor Strange has almost a lot more work that it needs to do. Like it needs to connect to all these different pieces and make all these different points and references in order for it to make sense within the confines of the broader universe. And like Everything Everywhere All at Once, you're just there. Like you're finding out at the same time. Like this is the first one, you know. Like if there was going to be more, this is where everybody's on the same page. Whereas this is like movie number 15 of a 35 movie series.
Actually, on that point or on that note, do you guys? Sorry, and I'm switching gears a little bit here, but do you find it's a little weird that, because like what Joe said about Marvel movies, like it has to follow this format, like it has to include these things, it has to set up these things, but also, I mean, for Multiverse of Madness in particular, do you feel like? I mean, I personally, feel like that it was strange that. It's strange. It was weird to me that they would let Sam Raimi do some of the things that he did. Like, just it's all these things that you wouldn't expect to see in a Marvel movie, like someone getting cut in half, or like with someone's head exploding, and stuff like that, which I really appreciated. But
I think that's part of why I liked it, is because like there were scenes where I was like, oh my god, they let Sam do that? Like, this doesn't look like a Marvel movie.
I completely agree. Like, it seems like an expansion of what's possible, and it's almost, and maybe it works as an advertisement to other more avant-garde directors. Like, you can put your stuff into our movies. Like, look what Sam Raimi did. He did his weirdo art house freak show stuff, and we kept it in.
They're not going to let directors do that. I think this is a one-time thing.
Yeah,
so
well,
Josh
but,
Trank isn't going to get a second chance at a big
I
movie.
want to see the Trank cut. I am disappointed that I didn't get to see that.
You never know. Maybe one day.
Get on Reddit. You can make it happen.
Also, another question I wanted to ask: do you think that they just saw that there's like this Darkhold Book of the Dead, Book of the Damned type thing, and they were like, "Yeah, let's just get Sam Raimi because he's done that before." Like with the whole
Necronomicon.
Yeah, Necronomicon.
You know, it is a nice fit. Like, I feel like there is an ooky spooky vibe to Scarlet Witch and to Doctor Strange, and they use the word demon a bunch, and it all has a lot of like occult. Like, and if you're gonna have a guy that's like the master of the mystic arts, you kind of have to go in that direction a long time before you can start going up and like kind of get into the middle. So they really do need to establish all these like demons and stuff, and like Sam Raimi's the perfect guy for that. Like he recreationally did that shit for years.
I think they're open to the idea that directors can teach them things that they don't know because they really fucked up Thor 1 and 2. And they kind of knew at that point that they had no idea where they wanted to go with that franchise. And then Taika came in and he was like, here is how you do a Thor movie.
Oh, that's actually a good point.
And so I think that they're open to the idea of like, okay, we can't really do horror. We haven't done it really well. Let's have someone who knows the genre come in and show us what we can do. And then we can hire some Joe Schmo off the street to copy that for a while.
What do you mean? They did New Mutants and that worked really well. That was super scary and awesome.
That was fun.
I love comic book movies. I never finished it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah. Everything Everywhere All at Once though, fantastic movie.
Okay, before we get into that, do we have any other comments on Doctor Strange or Marvel or DC?
No.
All right, I have an intermission question. So before we transition into Everything Everywhere All at Once, so I was watching The One earlier today because I've been meaning to rewatch that. Yes. So here's a question for each of you. You're in a multiverse where there's 125 universes. There's 125 versions of you. Similar to Everything Everywhere All at Once, where the different universes are kind of based on you, but one decision different. So it's no like Rastafari and Paulo or like stuff like that from The One. But you have 125 versions of you that are based pretty closely off of your life with like one or two different decisions, major decision points in life. There's a death match between these 125 folks. Where do you finish in that ranking? Like, how far do you survive? And what version of you wins? So while you're thinking about that here, I'll give my answer. I think I would finish probably top 15 to 20-ish. And I'm saying that because there's a lot of lazier versions of me elsewhere. I think other life choices I could have made that would result in me being less athletic. Also, me having a kid makes me have like something to fight for. So I think that has me like survive a little bit. But there's also versions of me that could have been more athletic if I would have pursued sports more. So I'm saying like, okay, 15 to 20-ish is realistic. I think the version of me that would win is like, had I made friends with like certain people in high school and actually like seriously pursued football and maybe gone on to like varsity, I feel like I could have been like some jock sports guy. And that version of me that's out there, he's still athletic at 33 and he's killing the other 124 of us.
Okay, Carson, follow up on your ranking here. So just, crunch in the numbers. You're a numbers guy. So you're saying that you today are top 10% of your physical potential. Like you are within 10% of the peak capability of what this body could do. You right now are within the top 10%.
Out of like, again, 125, and also based on like reasonable.
your nature and like who you are as a person,
Yeah.
like
There's-
intrinsic qualities that would flow through all of the different variations.
Like,
There's not one where he finds like an infinity stone and like,
no,
you become-
I don't think there's any version of me that becomes like a martial arts master or something like that. Like that's not who I'm fighting in this death match with myself. Like the peak
Right,
is low.
so
here. The limit is
you
low.
you suspect the peak is very close to where you've obtained, though you wouldn't necessarily put it high.
Yeah, I'm saying like everything is reasonably close to where you are today in this scenario, but it's not like there's if you can say that there's one decision in your life where it's like you go left, you become this person, you go right, you're like a completely different person. It's like, okay, you can justify that. I don't think there's any version of that. I think I'm interested in sports, but I'm lazy, and so most versions of me are sort of athletic, but not really. So yes, to answer your question, I think I'm in the top 10% of my reasonable potential.
Okay, well, see, the reason I ask is because I am definitely in like the back five, like the low, like because I can think of a couple different decisions that I've made along the way, and would it have gone positive or negative? You know, don't cry for me, Argentina, but it's a series of things where it's like that's a down. Or you know, they're very big shifts. Like I can think of one right away. My high school had a hockey team, did not have a football team. I can't skate, but I was 6'3", 300 pounds, and enthusiastic as hell in grade 11. So you know, in that multiverse, you know, I could have gone a different way. I think in a lot of other situations, I'm more athletic. My knee is weird. Everything's weird. I just, you know, like, so I think I'm probably like last five. The ones that murder me is, I guess, like it would be number 6. So it would be the guy that has gotten into eating salads. All other choices the exact same. Just takes slightly better care of himself, and he rear naked chokes me until I'm dead.
I think
Yeah.
I would be like in the mid to maybe top 50 if there's like 125, just because I'm thinking like
killing
there's-
the game.
yeah,
maybe
fuck
even
you
50,
guys.
maybe even 50. 49 versions of myself are better, where they're like the one guy that actually does cardio and doesn't injure his back while he's working out. The other 30 that doesn't have constant back pain, not just from being over 30, but and a few versions of myself that may have taken martial arts occasionally, or the ones that would have taken it more religiously, or even gone down like a darker path and just been like a totally sketchy guy that's would just still beat the shit out of current me. And then so many lazy versions of myself. Not saying that I'm not lazy now, but so many other lazier versions, so many different decisions down there that I feel confident to say I'd be in at least the top 50, probably 50 though.
This is a lot more introspection than I thought we would have gone into during this podcast, but luckily having you three go before me has helped me. And I think there's one really strangely specific example that I'm going to bring up, but I think I'm probably around the middle point, like me right now, because like everyone below me are a mixture of like those that like maybe pursued drama and musical theater after high school, or like didn't want to play any sports, or just like was not active at all, or just didn't have the gumption to maybe that don't have the gumption for like physical violence, or much less killing someone. And then on the top half is like the versions of me that like went all the way to black belt in Taekwondo and didn't stop at brown belt, or like never
Soft
stopped
flex.
playing tennis, so like tried to be a professional athlete. Not that I was ever close to making it, but
I'm sorry. Did anyone drop a brown belt? I feel like someone just dropped a brown belt. That's
Is
so
it-
crazy.
does that count to the? You think I was bragging about that?
It's soft flex. I said it at the time. I meant it. You just, snuck in there that, like, hey, just saying I dated Beyonce. What? Who said that? Anyway.
I mean, brown
I'll
belt
just
is
move
like
it on.
firmly in the middle, just like where I'm saying, right where I am right now, of all my multiversal selves.
I'm just saying, that's impressive. You got a brown belt in Taekwondo? Let's go.
Okay, thank you. That's
You
actually
took Taekwondo, at least.
That's
That's one up from me.
That was not meant to be a brag at all, but
No,
yes,
screw it. I
thank
got
you.
a yellow belt, orange stripe in Shotokan Karate. I feel like we should talk about our belts. Carson, what do you got? Let's just
I
belt
don't think
talk.
I ever
It's a
got the
different
yellow.
I think
podcast.
Carson would have opted for Krav Maga instead.
Carson got the yellow? You got it there?
I got
I think I got a
black
yellow.
belt from Zara. That's my limit. Black belt from Zara. That's my limit to any belt. Sorry, guys. I think if it was all of us, I'd lose if we're talking about belts here.
There's also one really specific example that I mentioned. Like, sorry, I don't mean to keep dragging this on, but in high school, I don't know why this kid popped into my mind, but there was a girl in high school that liked me that I feel like if I had decided to go out with her, I would hang out with a completely different crew and my life would be on a completely different trajectory where I would be like a raver and like maybe involved in like drugs.
So, hey, your hairstyle and beard work now too. You'd have the same vibe. Easy.
But the thing is, I don't know if that puts that version of me in like the higher half or the lower half. Like, am I just like completely unhealthy and not physically fit, or just a criminal and willing to kill everyone? I don't know.
I don't know if you guys have seen Mr. Nobody, but that's basically the plot of that. Is Jared Leto has 3 girls that he can pursue, and each one of them is like a different version of his life based on that. But anyway, I feel like you guys have made me look really cocky that I'm like thinking I'm in the top 10% here. I guess
physical possibility, Carson.
I think I'm just more
Wieniawski.
pessimistic because I see all the negative versions of my life, and I was like, yeah, I can beat those guys. Whereas it's like I don't see the more positive ones. You guys are seeing the positive versions of yourself.
Yeah, sure. That's
I guess.
All right. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Similar to what we did for Doctor Strange, maybe just a quick roundtable on general thoughts of the movie. It sounds like it's generally positive, as I would say most people probably are. But Ben, how about you start us off?
Fantastic. As I said earlier, this movie seems like almost a response to Doctor Strange 2. In that it's just they take everything that I feel like Doctor Strange 2 was kind of also trying to do, and they do it better. The characterization I'm into. I dug this movie. I thought it was a great movie. The characterization I'm into, and they're like you really care for the characters and different levels, and you get. I really like as I age, I appreciate more and more. Like getting to find out different levels and aspects of relationships and having characters have the capacity to like surprise you, but organically surprise you, not like out of the blue surprise you. Like Marvel, they surprise you because like they show up out of the blue for the big battle at the end, right? Oh my God, he's out of nowhere. Like in this movie, people are surprising you through like their fucking resilience, and you just kind of are into what's going on with them as person. Again, everything they do, I feel like they did better. Like, and even there are kind of interesting parallels between the two movies of things that they each did, like that are similar. Like they had classic callbacks to old horror films in each of those movies. Like the Jamie Lee Curtis character Deidre, right? Like they set her up as kind of a dick, but when her body gets possessed, they do several kind of homages to like a Michael Myers style villain, which Jamie Lee Curtis, super famous for being the victim or the damsel in Halloween, Mike Myers. And then you go over to the other side and you had Bruce Campbell getting a chance to do classic, my body is taken over by a possession and is attacking me. Like that's what brought him to the dance. Sam Raimi loves that shit, and he got to put it in this movie too. And like they're both great. They're both great references, but one is like a little artier, kind of cooler, kind of has a little bit more pathos to it. And that's how I feel about everything everywhere all at once. Like there's just more pathos, very interesting characters, and as non-linear as it seemed, it was still pretty easy to follow where things were progressing, and sometimes even easier than regular movies, because if you miss stuff, it was just kind of hitting you sonically what was going on almost. I don't know. I dug it. What does someone else think?
I feel. Oh, here. Do you want to go, Paul?
Go.
Oh, okay. Because I feel like you did cover like a lot of the stuff there. Like it was just really great. I like how movie wise, there's no like a lot of like twists and turns where it's like, oh, they went back in time, you got to remember a thing, or like this happened here. Like it was, you're able to just progressively watch the movie and just understand what's going on, and it just has like that flow of going on with it. One thing I did kind of like that was I guess a little different when you think of maybe multiverse movies or anything time travel, just something where you have some sort of change there like that, is how she would kind of activate connecting to the other multiverse, where like do something out of the ordinary that you would never actually do, like all the examples there, like
Yes.
prick your finger, cut your paper cuts, or anything like that. I found that was a little different in a way to connect to I guess your other body in another timeline. So for me, that was a good change there. I did like the humor that was in the movie as well. It wasn't overly like put in there. They had the little scenes and moments, and then it was like you had some real deep moments too, like the mother-daughter connection there, the existential life kind of crisis moments they had, and some of the fight scenes I really liked. The one fight scene I always think of that just got me dying was with that trophy that was on her desk there, and how
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
When you start talking about the absurdity, I totally spaced on the fact they have to do completely ridiculous things. And then that fight when they both, like both the bad guys, just stuff butt plugs up themselves fast, so that they can access their power.
Can we do like just a deep dive into that scene and that concept? But like I'll let Carson do his thing first about the movie, but I really want to focus on that because I was fucking howling during that part.
Was everyone's blurred? Like
No, yours was blurred.
Yours was blurred.
Mine was
I
blurred.
watched mine. Huh?
Mine was blurred.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
The genitals, the genitals and
yeah,
butthole
no, sorry.
area.
I thought you were
Yeah,
talking about the butt plug.
No,
Yeah,
the butt
yeah,
plug you
yeah.
can
Okay,
see,
okay,
but
yeah.
like, where the butt, where the plug meets the butt, you never see that really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
I can't recall that, but I could see it being blurred.
Well, yeah, no, I was just curious because like I watched it on YouTube, and like maybe Google's like, well, we don't want to show this, and if you guys saw it in the theaters or something, you got the real,
The full.
the full situation.
No, side point, I actually did see this in theaters, and it was the first movie I'd seen in theaters since Tenet. It's been a while. Blurring in theaters as well.
Okay, cool.
I will echo what has been said. Really good movie. I was expecting it to be really good based on the strength of previous movie. If you're not familiar with the directors, they are the Daniels. It's two guys named Dan. They previously did a movie with Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe named Swiss Army Man, which is about Paul Dano stranded on an island with a corpse who talks to him, and Daniel Radcliffe is the corpse, and he has special abilities that help him kind of get around and survive. And it's equally weird and surprisingly emotional. And so like I really like that movie, even though I think a lot of people walked out of it at like the Cannes Film Festival because they hated it so much. Like, I don't know, film people. But yeah, no, love the movie. It's probably like the best version of a multiverse movie out there. Like there's other ones that we talked about with like Mr. Nobody and like The One and stuff where they flirt with the idea of it. But this is really like the best use of it as a storytelling device. Now, that said, I'm going to get nitpicky because that's what I do. This movie probably should have ended about 45 minutes earlier than it did. I feel like the first two acts are brilliant, and then it gets to a point where it's like, here's the big speech that explains to you what the movie's about. Here's another speech that tells you what the movie's about. Here's a third and a fourth, and it's like, oh, just end. Like I was at a point where I was like, I love this movie. I like everything you've done. Just give me a nice speech and end it. it eventually does get to the right ending. Like, I do like how it ended. But if I were to be nitpicky about one thing, it's like, yeah, it drags on. Whereas like a movie like Swiss Army Man, it's very clear and concise, and it's like, you know exactly where it's going in terms of plot. But yeah, and then we'll also give props to Data from the Goonies, who played a brilliant role in the movie, and nice to see him acting again. The husband.
Wait, which one?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, Short Round.
Short Round, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I know him.
Pick your great role that he got to play in the 80s.
Yeah.
Although really, it sucks the guy's name is Short Round, but he was in that motherfucker. Like he was like number 2. Like he was helping out Indy hard, and if you can't be Indy, like Short Round's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, if you can't help Indy, just be like an offensive stereotype, racial stereotype.
So that was one thing I wanted to mention. Like, I thought.
Wait, let me spend more time apologizing for Short Round.
But like, I thought that he was putting on a racist voice in both The Goonies and Indiana Jones. And I'm pretty sure with this movie, that's just how he talks.
I mean, kind of. Like, obviously, he's a lot older now, and he speaks more like a normal person. But I mean, at least as Short Round, you gotta. I mean, I feel like that was they told him to be like, oh, you kind of talk like that, but let's crank that up to 10.
Yeah.
Dr. Jones. Anyways, back to Everything Everywhere All at Once. Oh, sorry, Carson, were you done?
I'm done.
Okay, yeah. No, I mean, I love this movie too. I do agree with like both sides, like B-Ball and Joe, like just all the good shit. But then also Carson, like that one point about like how it could have ended, or it could have been a lot shorter. It felt like a little bloated. It dragged a little bit near the end, but I mean, to get to the ending, which was the right ending, I think, like, which was just like nice, it like a nice bow on everything. I don't see them, like, you can't really take a whole lot out unless you want to remove some of those just like fun moments, which I would never want to take out, like the butt plug fight out of this movie. But yeah, no. I mean.
And I think like my point is not that it was too long, because like I wouldn't cut any of the scenes either, but it's that so many of them felt like they were the scene that was going to end it, and then they weren't. Yeah. Like it was like pulling the rug from under you, where it's like you could do the same dialogue in the same scene, just don't make it feel like it's the movie ending 4 times in a row.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, like even like, but it could have like. Yeah, it could have ended like when they were both rocks and they were just having a nice little chat.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think they just had so many great ideas that like, and like great ideas for endings that they kind of put them all in. But I don't know. It's probably going to be really high on my top 10 for movie releases from this year. So spoiler alert for the podcast.
I would be curious if there is a cut or a way to bring in, because I do think it's nice that they get to that point of Michelle Yeoh's character like confronting her dad and like having her daughter's back on having a girlfriend, like, and I think that that's a cool thing to have in the movie as like the actual resolution of it. But like it happens pretty late in the movie. And there's so much that happens. Like, could they pull it forward and make the movie shorter at the same time? I don't know. But, like, I need that. I feel like I need that part. Like, that's a cool element of it.
I don't know. I mean, it's tough, though. Like, because, like, even just to explain all the multiverse shit, they did that really fast. And they did it really well. Because, like, I mean, I will admit, there were some parts where it was kind of lost on me. But if you kind of watch the movie without fully trying to understand exactly how the jumping to your other multiverse self works, and don't get hung up on that shit, then you'll enjoy it a lot more. I mean, like, take it from me. But yeah, like there's certain things that they had to move really, really fast through, because like you're not going to get to everything, or it's going to be a 3-hour movie if you don't. But yeah, like it was just done really well. Like, and we can get into the multiverse stuff a little more later, but like I also think that they did the multiverse, like strictly multiverse, if we're talking about what it is, I think they did this one a lot better than probably any other multiverse movie out there.
I agree. That's one thing that really worked to their favor, that like you kind of had a prime universe that there was explanations for why some of this was happening, but you didn't really care what it was. You knew that there was a reason, and you could kind of just be like, okay, I believe you. Now let's just get back to the story, not worry too much about it. Whereas like in a Marvel movie, they really hang up on the details, because it's like all the fanboys are gonna talk about this on the internet, and they need to have all the I's dotted and the T's crossed, and so they got to talk about it all. Whereas like this one, it's like, don't worry about it.
One thing I did like about this too is just I feel like with the characters, they are a little bit more relatable, whether it's the issue with the parents or even just mother. And I feel like they did cross a few categories, even maybe coming out as a partner with the lesbian, the girlfriend, or I think just the love. You know how you made the decisions based on love. The father, how he decided to, I guess, stay, and then that's how one timeline was created, and the other one where she decided to move, and then
she becomes really successful.
Yeah, so I feel like that was more relatable compared to maybe, aside from obviously jumping worlds, but compared to maybe like a superpower, mystical arts kind of thing there. Aside from, of course, the love of Scarlet Witch trying to get to her boys.
For sure. Well, and like a lot of it's centered around like her husband, like looking to get a divorce, almost like as a way of shaking up as a wake-up call for his wife. Like it's almost like a sweet divorce in a weird way. Like, I want to divorce you because I heard that this can help, really strengthen a marriage. Like it's a little misguided, but like it's like everything about that guy is so sweet. And it is like, at least the main character is just like such a sweet character, and there's a lot of like really sweet moments, like sweetness in Everything Everywhere All at Once. And there's, because of the way that Marvel movies are, like it's hard to have those moments of sweetness. Everyone's so cool, everyone's so glib and funny, and there's not, it just doesn't allow for these genuine moments where maybe someone, is crying so hard that they got snot coming down their face and they don't look cool for like 1 minute.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of heart in this movie. Like, you can tell and you can feel it. I mean, to the point, I mean, this might be a little disconnected, but I don't feel like I can really compare these two movies. Like, obviously, they both have to do with the multiverse, but like they're just so completely different that like I don't feel like it's fair for me to compare them. They're just so, even in essence of like what it is and what it's trying to be, it's like they're just on completely separate wavelengths. Like you have like maybe the Marvel like built in a factory style movie, and then you have this that's like just they probably really like sat down and like really got really high and like smoked and talked about this for years, and like, yeah, let's finally make it, like we could do all this crazy shit and like let's have fun with it, but then also have like all this heart. I don't know, it's just too hard for me to compare.
If we do want to shit on Marvel, which I always do, I think the movie that you would want to compare this to is No Way Home, because that is a movie where it's supposed to be about Peter Parker interacting with other versions of himself, to talk about choice, to talk about like the different paths that he's on in lifetime of choosing to be violent versus not being violent. And it's like, that's the movie where they should have explored the type of things that Everything Everywhere All at Once did so much better, and that they just decided to say, we're going to recreate memes instead. So like that movie fell short, but that's the story that you would want to do that on. You'd want to have like, evil Peter Parker dies sacrificing himself at the end because he's like, hey, I don't want you to make the violent choice like I did, which, they tried to do but didn't. Yeah.
I choose not to fight you right now.
I haven't seen No Way Home. Thanks, Carson.
That wasn't listed in the movies
It's
to be
so
spoiled.
on me. It's so on me.
Multiverse
Yeah,
of
that's
Madness
actually
got
been out
spoiled
for a
for me
while.
3 days after it came out because I was on Instagram and like all the cameos were on Instagram, and I was like, "Fuck! If you don't go out for opening weekend of a Marvel movie, you're getting it spoiled."
Yeah, I had to scroll every time I saw anything like Marvel related after the movie came out. I just did a quick flick to try to avoid the spoilers. I got a few, but I skipped most of them, which I was happy for.
Yeah. Can I just say, sorry, like really quick on that? I don't know why, but Multiverse of Madness was probably the most spoiled movie, like of all time. Like there's been like really like secrets and like giant reveals in like plenty of movies, but like I don't know why everyone just wanted to spoil this one, and it actually made me watch it sooner because I felt like if I continued living my life and looking at social media, I would inadvertently see more shit. Which the good thing is, like 2 of the 3 spoilers that I thought that I saw were actually false. But
I hate that stuff.
yeah, it pissed me off so much.
I think No Way Home was spoiled a decent amount too, for Spider-Man.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that
everyone
one-
knew what was gonna happen for that one far in advance.
Yeah, so it wasn't completely spoiled, but there's a few small tidbits there where I got saw some spoilers that ruined that grand reveal for me. But yeah, it's still a good movie.
One of the spoilers I thought was fake because I saw the clip of Fantastic Four and I was like, that's not real. That's some fake online version of Fantastic Four suit that looks like a gimmick. But no, that turned out to be the suit that they used.
Again, like it just bothers me. Like, okay, Professor X. What was the last movie he was in? It wasn't even in the MCU. It was in the Fox films. What, like X3, X-Men United?
Oh
No, he was in the new
still did
ones.
a few. Yeah, he's in the
What?
new ones.
He's
too,
in
with
Logan.
He was in Logan.
Logan.
Yeah. Okay, and I guess
Like
when they
that
go to
first
the
class.
future in like Days of Future Past and stuff like that. Yeah, but I don't know. And he's clearly a different guy because he's got the yellow,
Future.
classic floating thing. Although I did like seeing their version of like what the astral plane looks like, even though like the Scarlet Witch just wrecks ass anywhere she goes. Like it doesn't matter, right? Like the second she shows up, it's like the only reason you're not dead is because I don't feel like it. Like everywhere. It's kind of a cool element, like for a villain, because then you're just kind of having to deal. It's almost like she's the movie Twister. Like every now and then the Twister shows up. You can't do shit about the Twister. Let's see if you can survive the Twister.
I'm okay with that because if it works for the story, that's good. Like in the same way that Cyclops in the original X-Men movies was not anything like he was in the comics because it serves the story they're trying to tell better.
So if I feel like we can kind of agree that probably one of the best parts of Multiverse of Madness was Scarlet Witch. If we were to take that and compare it to the villain from Everything Everywhere All at Once, spoiler alert, it's not. It's kind of the daughter, kind of Jamie Lee Curtis.
No, it's the daughter.
Maybe.
It's the
It's not that, right?
Okay, yeah, sure. It's the daughter.
But it's also kind of like her,
Her
Yeah,
own
that's why she's
like
her-
issues.
Her hang-ups is what caused it.
Okay, yeah. So then can we even compare the two villains?
You can't compare the two villains because what makes I agree, like the daughter as a character, just like look at that character alone, like isn't that exciting compared to like, yeah, Scarlet Witch, I kind of like her performance, but what makes Everything Everywhere All at Once a powerful movie is the connection between those characters, and that's what makes it meaningful. And so you can't look at it just as a character. It's kind of how it fits into the bigger story.
Okay. I will say, though, because there are ways in which we can compare them, and I do think that Everything Everywhere All at Once bests Doctor Strange 2 in each of them. Okay? So, thing number 1, body possession. It happens in both. In Everything Everywhere All at Once, it's done through almost like the cool throwback Bluetooth headsets in both ears, and I love that shit. That's really great. And then this, it's like sleepscaping or dream sleeping.
Dreamwalking.
Dreamwalking, yes. So, which is awesome because there is a Marvel superhero called Dreamwalker that maybe somewhere down the road we might see some shit. He like lives there. Anyway, so like they both do that, and they have like body possession moments there. It again feels like they do it better in Everything Everywhere All at Once than they do in Doctor Strange 2. I don't know. Agree? Disagree?
I agree with that.
Cool. All right. That is thing one in which they are directly comparable. The other one is, so taking the main antagonists, at least how they are presented in the films, you are dealing with two characters that have reality-altering, at least the current reality-altering powers, right? That have almost like an omnipotent reach. So then it's up to the filmmakers how they want to present that information to the viewer. I feel like they do a much better job of that in Everything Everywhere All at Once by just showing things randomly change in frame related to her whim. Like, you don't have to explain it much, but you do it through classic practical effects of you just cut the camera and then you change one element of it. Because why? Because they're an basically omnipotent dimensional being right now that's experiencing all possible realities at the same time. Like, that's sick. And they're trying to do that in Doctor Strange 2 and just not hitting it as well.
Well, then the problem with that, though, is because, like, again, for me at least, I don't really, and I can't really look at Doctor Strange as, like, the multiverse is not, like, the point, or, like, it's not, it's actually a really small part of the story that they're trying to tell. So, like, the kind of stuff, like, obviously the like the concept of like how you link to your multiversal self and Everything Everywhere All at Once, that was like really creative and really interesting, and I've never seen it been done that way before. I don't know if you have, but
It's true. No, I can't think of it.
yeah, but compared to like Doctor Strange, where it's just like, yeah, you just well, actually, that was a really cool concept too, of like, if you dream, that's like a window into your other self, which I like as well.
That, yeah.
But then, like, just dream walking, okay, it's pretty standard. It's, like, it's cool, but it's not like reinventing the wheel like Everything Everywhere All at Once. So, I mean,
I would have liked there to have been a little bit more like consequence, seemingly, right, to the person that's dream walking. Like, they take a little bit of damage,
Yeah,
but like literally when Scarlet Witch is done with her alternate reality body, you literally just see her stand up and walk away. Like, she's like, oh shit, and then like,
oh, my kids,
like my kids, I gotta go, and then just awkwardly scurry away, which it's nice to see, so everyone's
she's
not
okay.
like she's dead. Yeah, like she died in the rubble. No, she just is going home. But like, yeah, like maybe there should have been. I think like they don't do enough to explain where were they when their body was being possessed, and that's part of. Spoiler, that factors into my pitch.
Oh, okay.
For later on.
That's like the Wonder Woman problem. I don't know if you've seen Wonder Woman yet. Wonder Woman 84, 88.
Yes, I have. I believe, yes.
It's the bad one.
Oh, okay.
I've seen both. Hey, I love Kristen Wiig as Cheetah. We might have talked about
I
this
feel like
before.
we've talked about this. Yeah,
We might have
actually
talked
do.
about this.
Yeah,
I love a cat lady. Any kind of anthropomorphized. I liked cats.
Okay.
I thought cats for that one element was pretty good.
This is not where I was heading, but it's also good to know. But I was just gonna say, like, the whole thing about Chris Pine taking over that random guy's body, because of the wish, and like not know, like, so he's. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Wait, what are we talking about?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Okay, yes.
Like when she wishes that she wants Chris Pine back, and then he just randomly takes over this guy's body.
Yes, he's
and then
inside
they
that
go
guy's
on all
body.
these adventures where they're putting this random guy in danger, And like, yeah, it's kind of like the same thing with like the dream walking shit.
Yeah, like, and then what? Like, they just wake up? I guess it is a pretty big violation. I mean, as someone that wasn't you was puppeting your body around doing what God, Lord knows what, and you were out, and now you're back, but it's like you were in a coma.
And you're just like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Where am I?
Right. Well, and in the circumstance of, actually, what am I talking about? In Scarlet Witch case, we know exactly what was happening with her consciousness. It was trapped in that creepy little bunker.
Oh, yeah. Where Jack's trying to save her, yeah.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
Crap.
Yeah, ugh. And I'm
Love
okay, because of the extra-dimensional, multi-dimensionalness of it, I'm okay with those characters dying. Because, like, there's hundreds more.
Yeah.
Well, that's the cheat code, right? Like,
Yeah.
now it's really no one's ever really gone.
Yeah, all you need to do is have, what happened? Ah, man, you're never going to believe it. You know how Spider-Man died? America Chavez sneezed. Okay? Now we got 2 Spider-Men. They're, one is African-American, believe it or not. One is, and the other one is, I guess, from the 19 or 8, like, whatever, when they didn't have lights. It's Gaslight Spider-Man? I don't know.
Noir Spider-Man.
Gaslight Spider-Man.
Yes, Spider-Man Noir.
Oh yeah, the Nicolas Cage one.
Love that
From whatever. Anyways, that's way too far off topic now.
Although also a verse, like a Spider-Verse into the Spider-Verse.
That was another one that I don't know how we could fit into the conversation.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the Multiverse Spider-Man the cartoon one.
Yeah.
So that butt plug scene.
Oh my god.
I don't think my girlfriend's seen me laugh like that, or like it's a very She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm having the best time ever."
That was actually probably the hardest I've laughed watching a movie in maybe 20 years. I don't know what was before that, but I know that it definitely that is the case. And like, you know what? So another really good thing about Everything Everywhere All at Once, I'm gonna go way too deep into.
Spoilers.
But when they first see those trophies on Jamie Lee Curtis's desk, and then
behind her shoulders.
obviously you think, hey, that's a butt plug. And also it works because she's like an anal IRS whatever auditor. And then it works out. It's not just like these came out of nowhere. It's not like a cheap like, oh, we're gonna put sex toys in this now. But
yeah,
like,
randomly in the office.
Yeah, there's that glimpse of that, and that in itself already, that's a joke. Great. But then when they're in the middle of like a life and death fight, and then the security guard jumps like with his 2 legs, he's holding his 2 legs in the air, just and you know that he's just trying to like with all his might to just stick this butt plug up his ass so he could continue another level of fighting prowess. I don't know. I think that was cinematic. Like that was just a masterpiece. I think I just had to really get right in. That's enough from me.
Okay, I love the Jackass movies. I love all of them. I watch the .5s. I watch them all multiple times because I'm sick. I'm sick in the head. I love them. That scene still shocked and delighted me. I was not expecting... I wasn't expecting them to go that route until they went that route. Like, in terms of how they... Like, I had forgotten about the butt plugs, and then they were doing ever-escalating ridiculous things in order to amp up their power extra-dimensionally, which is just such a great way of showing it. Like, and then to see them, like, go for it, and then to see them, like, just hungrily trying to get that shit up their butts is just awesome. And yeah, the spread eagle blurred out fully like in the air coming down would have, if you had asked me like guess 1,000 times, what's the most ridiculous thing you're going to see in this movie? I would not have guessed that. I would not have. Someone is going to fly 5 feet up jump like 6 feet in the air in an effort to land hole first onto a butt plug shaped IRS competency award. Like, awesome. That is great. Yeah, and there are so many of those moments in this movie, like, that are just absurdly wonderful. Like, the paper cut thing you were talking about earlier. Like,
I really felt that.
I feel it. I
that.
feel it too. Oh my god.
Going with it. Oh.
Yeah, and then it weirdly adds to the sense of desperation that you feel in that moment. Like, the people that put this shit together are obviously very talented, so you do feel tense along with the characters at the same time, right? Like, it gets you going. And then to add that visceral feeling of, like, knowing what a paper cut feels like and having, like, you feel it in the back of your jaw. You just... and to add that on top of your just tense situation that you're seeing is really a cool... Again, extra layer to how you can enjoy the movie. Like, watch this. It's going to make you feel like you have paper cuts at the same time.
And then also make you want an everything bagel by the end.
Oh, yeah. I forgot all about that bagel.
Oh, my wife has not seen this movie yet, but we've been talking about seeing it, and just didn't work out. She's out of town today, and this is the day that I had the chance to watch it. But she is going to love this movie because she loves everything bagels in particular, and it's such a cool thing. Like, and the floating everything bagel that looks like a black hole. Like, is it meant to be like a black hole
or like
a star?
I don't know.
Supernova. I don't know.
Oh, and also like on the complete opposite end of like versus like there's extreme butt plug paper cut fight on this end, and then there's like nice little bits where like they're just two rocks talking to each other, and it's like an actually really nice and sweet conversation, which like again I don't think anything has been done, nothing that I've seen has been done like that before, and I actually really enjoyed it. I don't know, it's just like, what a good movie, right?
For all of the reasons that you guys have just said, I will once again reiterate my recommendation of Swiss Army Man, made by the same directors. I don't want to mention any of the scenes in that movie, not as shocking as the butt plug scene, but if you like all those oddly specific scenes that were in here, that movie also does that with the heart as well. So
that Swiss Army Man has been on my Netflix list for like probably more than a year now, but I think now that you put it that way,
it's a much more toned down version. Like, those guys, they did that movie and then they got the budget for this one and they went all out. So I don't want to like set the expectations too high, but it's like, it's a very similar type of humor and drama.
Yeah. Actually, fun fact about the directors. I think it's Dan Kwan and what was the other guy's name?
Daniels.
The Daniels something. Daniel shit. Yeah, whatever. If any of you have seen the music video for "Turn Down for What," so
I love it. Yes.
DJ Snake and Lil Jon. You've seen the video?
I've seen it like 1,000 times.
Okay, yeah, because I actually like for a song that I didn't particularly like that much. Like it was like one of those. It was really popular back in like 2014. They made the music video
awesome.
For "Turn Down for What," and Dan Kwan is the Asian guy in that music video who's like doing all the humpy dancing.
No.
Yeah, I actually just found that out doing the research for this podcast, and so that in itself is really cool. And then the brown girl from that music video, like the one who starts off the music video, she is also in Everything Everywhere All at Once as the actress in the movie, like that drama movie or drama series that everyone's always watching.
The almost like kind of Bollywood
Yeah.
Indian couple. Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Like, my memory is kind of fuzzy. I wasn't sure if it was a Bollywood movie, so I didn't want
think
to
it
like
was-
make
yeah.
that assumption just because. Yeah. Anyways.
No, I'm talking about this short round. I've got you. Don't worry.
Yeah. Connections.
Yeah, that is awesome.
That reminds me of the
Yeah.
hot dog fingers too. I totally forgot about that part of it.
Oh, yeah, the hot dog
God.
fingers.
Oh my god! And then they're
I
putting
love
them in
that.
each other's mouths.
That was
And that's,
really
like, sex?
gross for me.
What? Oh, it's so gross and weird.
Yeah, just that one made me like cringe a little bit, or like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man! And what a movie that like hot dog fingers, which they did for a while, and we've been talking for a bit, and we haven't even had a chance to talk about it. That is nuts.
Yeah, so I told
Hot
you
dog fingers.
this is like the first time I've been to a theater in like 2 years. Guess what I ordered? A hot dog.
Were you,
I mean, luckily, the hot dog was probably done by the time
Yeah.
yeah.
I
it got to
finished
that
it.
point.
Thank God.
Just like when they bit it off and like it was like spurting. It's like I'm yeah.
Mustard and it was like mustard and like
Ketchup or mustard and
yeah,
cheese,
ketchup
whatever
and
it was,
mustard,
yeah.
and maybe like a cheese sauce. I don't know. It's disgusting. The fact that the anatomy would exist in any like how, right?
I think they
Extra-dimensional
try to
craziness.
explain it like briefly how they grew with hot dog fingers.
But also like that's another.
Oh, right, because the slapping, right? Yeah, you're right. They totally did.
Oh,
They showed
yeah.
like
She's like,
because it was like evolutionary, right?
Something like
The
that.
apes with the
Yeah.
fattest fingers slap the shit out of the
Oh,
like
the regular
non-fat fingered ape, and then evolutionarily, it's like the thickest fucking fingers you've ever seen. That's the dominance, that matters. Oh my god! So it's from slapping the shit out of someone, and that man, such a cool movie.
yeah. Oh, and then if we're gonna connect it even more, so we're going like from music video to everything everywhere all at once, and then the daughter is actually in Shang-Chi, because now we're going back to Marvel. She's like the tiniest part, like the girl and her boyfriend when they're on like the double date.
Okay.
And the girl who's like talking about how they're like
Boring.
yeah, some
Yeah,
not,
the
not-
need to
or she's the
mature.
boring one, like
Okay, and then like they bookend and they
And she's
bookend
like-
the
yes,
movie
yes.
with that same couple. Like, oh hey, how's it going? And then they're like,
Yeah,
we're just
yeah.
gonna go
Oh,
kick
we
some
save-
ass
we
as
save the
Avengers
world.
over here.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Right.
So yeah,
Oh, cool.
full circle.
I
yeah.
hate to say it, but if you pick two Hollywood movies starring Asian characters, there's probably going to be some overlap.
which yep, that's also another thing.
All right, let's end it off there because we also have our own
Oh,
movie
yeah.
pitches that we want to do this episode.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to volunteer to go first?
I kind of want to volunteer first because I feel like all of yours will be much more interesting than mine. So, let's progress a little bit better.
Definitely not mine.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited.
All right. So my movie that I'm pitching, this takes place in 2030. The actors I have here are Jonathan Majors as the main character. If you can't remember that gentleman, he was at the end of Loki. I forgot the gentleman there at the end of Loki. The guy that controlled everything. Anyways, him and Tom Hardy. I always like putting Tom Hardy in movies because I just love Tom Hardy. Essentially, Jonathan Majors, he's a normal dude. He lives a normal day. It's just follows the life of him working 9 to 5, nothing out of the ordinary. Small group of friends, goes out, saves up, stuff like that. And one day he just starts getting headaches out of nowhere, and it gets increasingly worse. It gets intense. He sees doctors. They don't have any answers for him. And then during an intense episode, he kind of starts to black out, and then he sees a strange figure approach him. And this figure is played by Tom Hardy. He tells him how he is I was a little loose here with my terms because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do detective or if he was just someone from the future. But he tells him how he's a detective, a multiverse officer of some sort, and his old partner has been captured in his current timeline. and only through him he could find out where he is located. He explains that all versions of yourself in every timeline are all connected, and once one instance of you sort of dies, the others in all the other timelines or universes also die as well. Whether it's a sudden accident or you get a health condition that deteriorates and then you perish as well in a meaningful, quick manner after the first one dies. And essentially that's the universe's way of correcting and keeping everything consistent within the timelines. He tells him how Tom Hardy, unfortunately, one of his versions of himself has died, and that he only has a certain amount of time until he could help find his partner, and he needs his assistant to search and look for his partner. And so he brings him to his current timeline, and this movie follows their adventure of trying to find the partner, shows him where the technology in his timeline, how it can help to assist in locating the partner, and essentially have a twist at the end where Tom Hardy is actually the villain, and he's trying to look to kill that other person for certain reasons. And yes, that is
Spoiler alert.
essentially my plot for some sort of timeline multi-universe movie.
Cool. Nice. If no one has any objections, I'm going to go next because there was like one nice little segue part from Joe's that I'm actually not even going to use now that I think about it. But so my movie is starring Adam Driver, and I'm taking elements of I got elements and inspiration from The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which I just watched recently and loved. I don't know if you're not familiar. It's Nicolas Cage playing himself. Like a bit of Happy Death Day / Groundhog Day. Elements of that, and Bedazzled. If you've ever seen that with Brendan
I love
Fraser,
Bedazzled.
where,
That's
like,
Elizabeth
Bedazzled
Hurley.
is my shit.
classic.
Yeah.
It's so good.
where like he lives out different versions of himself because he's making wishes to the devil. Because I want to be this.
Elizabeth Hurley.
Yes.
Yeah, Elizabeth.
So yeah, Adam Driver is playing himself, and he starts due to some, I don't know, radioactive onset accident. He starts living out his life in different multiverses, but in each one he is dying, and he has to find, like, he lives them out one by one, and he keeps dying at the same point every time. And before all of his multiversal selves die, he has to find a way to stop it before he's completely erased from the multiverse, because all of his multiversal selves have died. Obviously, there's going to need to be like a what's called a montage of like millions of Adam Drivers dying, because there's going to be like billions of multiverses. But there is some urgency there, because he can't just continue to live out and for all of his selves dying. But there's the bits where like it's kind of like Bedazzled is like it's going to be him again playing himself, but like from different movies, like on set from different movies, and there's gonna be moments where like he's living out that life, trying to figure out like how to get out of it. But then there's gonna be one where like he's on the set, but he's not even he's not even an actor in this one. He's just like an assistant, and there's a nice funny little he thinks he's a big shot, but he's not, because he's just an assistant type thing. And that's the concept. It's half baked, but if you're listening, Universal Studios, let's make it.
Get that going. Make it happen.
I'll go next because. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
My idea is also half baked and also contains Nicolas Cage. I was going full cynical on this one because The multiverse movies that I enjoy are the ones that kind of use the idea of a multiverse to explore like character studies, and then you have like the other ones that are just like, let's just get the same person on the screen at the same time. So I went with the latter on that one. So my protagonist is Paul Rudd. What Paul Rudd discovers, or his character, I don't know if it's going to be actual Paul Rudd or Paul Rudd playing somebody, but he discovers the multiverse where every time a movie is created, an entire universe of that movie is created and exists somewhere, like the past, present, and future for like whatever caused that movie to happen and the after effects of it. So he discovers that similar to Last Action Hero, that like some villain from a movie comes out and he wants to take over the multiverse or something, and he has a magical minivan where he gets to recruit 5 characters from whatever movie he wants to try to go stop the villain. We'll call the villain some Willem Dafoe character from somewhere. And who does Paul Rudd want to recruit? Well, his favorite actor is Nicolas Cage. So he's going to go recruit 5 Nicolas Cage characters to go on an adventure to stop Willem Dafoe. So you're going to get the montage of him going to recruit Memphis Reigns from Gone in 60 Seconds and like character from Face Off and like the vampire movie where he's not actually a vampire but thinks he is. And he's going to get all these guys together, and it's basically a Paul Rudd and Nicolas Cage adventure movie with 5 Nicolas Cage. And that's the full idea.
Sounds like a lot of references in there, Carson.
So many references, so many,
Everyone's gonna love it.
There's no plot, there's just references.
And Nicolas Cage, that's it.
Okay, I'll go next. So the title of my movie would be BFF DTF, but DTF stands for Dimensional Traveling Friend. Rather than BFF still stands for Best Friends Forever. I always forget about casting, but so the cast would be the main character would be Seth Rogen, and playing his best friend it would be John Cena. Okay.
Okay.
So you ever have a best friend and it feels like he's holding you back? You know, what if that was true? And what if you were being held back from discovering interdimensional travel? Okay. So the movie is almost like an EdTV kind of, you think something's going on that's a little off center, and then over time what the main character Seth Rogen discovers is that John Cena has been an interdimensional traveler this whole time and has been sabotaging the very possibility that Seth Rogen would discover interdimensional travel. Seth Rogen is going to discover interdimensional travel. That happens. It happens at different times and different timelines. It always happens. But they've seen now a situation where it happens and he kills like a dimension. Right? So now before he ever figures it out, fucking John Cena is his best friend. So anytime he's trying to figure shit out, John Cena's right there fucking Mr. Magooing everything. And, you know, oh no, I knocked over your science experiment. Oh shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey man, you want to go get a beer? But over time, John Cena gets frustrated with it. Like at this point, they're adult men and he's still having to guard this other guy from advancing in his life towards his destiny. So he slips and eventually he figures out, oh my God, this guy is trying to stop me. And part of it is also that he has PTSD because he was chosen to come and protect this outcome from having to happen. But when you do that, the person you move into their body, they're not there anymore. Like you've killed them. So he has PTSD from having killed his interdimensional self, feeling like he had to in order to stop the insane killing machine that would be potentially Seth Rogen discovering interdimensional travel. So, you know, initially the things he's doing seems kind of banal, and then over time John Cena would just like get that creepy like breathing weird and like his eyes are bulged out like if you just had left it alone, you could be having a great time on a cruise ship with your best friend. And now you're going to die in interdimensional prison, you know? But like John Cena, and again, he's got snot coming out of his nose. That's how you know it's real.
That
He doesn't-
moment made me think, like, did you get that from another, like, did you draw from another movie on that one? Because that sounds really familiar to me.
I don't know. Maybe.
also-
Well, it's a very classic trope to say.
Yeah.
Well, you just couldn't leave well enough alone. could you?
Yeah. There, I
And
don't-
then, like, it's almost like a classic, like, end of the Twilight Zone. Oh, well, you're in my murder hut. Doesn't matter that you know now.
okay.
Kind of gives me similar energy to I guess his character in Vacation Friends, if you've seen that movie on Disney.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I actually
Yes.
like that movie with him. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it definitely has like a darker edge to it. Like one of the characters like drinking more heavily.
Yeah.
That I think. Yeah. I think I really liked everyone's pitches. Interesting that in a lot of these where you talk about it anyway, there's a lot of like every version of you's on the line. Like Paulo and Joe,
Yeah,
I think you
Paul's
both
line,
had
yeah.
like.
It's life
You're
or death
gone.
kind of thing for that person. Yeah.
Well, and I kind of had an element of like you end up displacing your other interdimensional self if you have to go into another dimension. So like there's still pretty deep consequences.
Yeah.
I didn't have consequences.
No, but yours also sounds a lot more fun.
Yeah, yours sounds a lot fun.
Mine would make the money. Your guys would win the film festivals.
It's very Ready Player One, Carson. I don't know if you'll take that as a compliment.
It's what I was going for. And I
Okay.
feel the same way about that movie. Well, that's a good place to end it off. Ben, Joe, thank you guys for stopping by the podcast once again. It's been great.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Check out. When we end our episodes, we do a thing that we don't tell our guests about until we're at the end of our episode. What movie coming out soon are you looking forward to? I will buy time for you guys while you think about it. Everyone says Top Gun Maverick is really good. I haven't seen it because I can't go to the movies anymore, so I'm looking forward to that one.
It is. I mean, keep your expectations low. I say that specifically to you.
I've heard mixed reviews on it.
I liked it. It's a good choice.
Sorry, I'm taking back my choice. Crimes of the Future is coming out, and it's going to be super fucking weird. I'm going to love it, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay. I'm gonna do a soft Thor, because it's gonna I'm gonna like it. I know. But also I wanted to call out actually, because the Thor was like a soft looking forward to, I'm gonna do two of those. Soft looking forward to, also Prey, which is like a Predator movie, but like the protagonists are First Nation. Yes,
You got
First
it.
Nation
First
people.
one, good. Yep.
Which is like actually. I mean, it could easily just be like the standard, everyone's just gonna die. Doesn't matter that they're First Nation. But it also introduces like an extra level of like helplessness because they don't have like guns or technology or anything, and they have to fight an alien with bows and arrows and axes and stuff. Yeah.
That one looks amazing. I love all of the Predator films, and it looks really cool to see it. The derivation. It feels like they got kind of into it with Predators, and then The Predator was pretty tight. And then if it follows that same kind of like it's a standalone, kind of nifty, have his own thing going on, will they be presumably they won't be advanced Predators. They'll be somewhat more, older Predators. Right? Like of that era. Like there's still hundreds of years difference between now and then where like we've seen what Predators look like in present day with the Predator.
And they don't have to do like Super Predator or like Predalien, that type of shit. Like, oh, it's really big now. But yeah. Anyways,
I gotta check that one out. The one you're talking about. For me, I'm kind of lame. Mine is like any Thor, Love and Thunder. Even any of the other Marvel movies, if their official release dates are set up. I know they're not officially up and coming in the next month or so, but I know there's Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Adam, and a few. I think maybe Wakanda Forever. I'm not sure if that one's coming up.
I'm really curious how they're going to handle that one.
Yeah, I feel with the multiverse split, maybe they might
actually
toss
that makes
something
it
in there.
Yeah.
And then I think one movie that I am looking forward that I haven't watched yet which I heard is great, and even the trailer and the premise of the whole movie has already got my attention. Is it Spiderhead or with Chris Hemsworth on Netflix?
Oh, on Netflix, yeah.
I think it's Spiderhead. Yeah, that one is on my list. Yeah, that's actually what I'm gonna watch tonight. That or Man from Toronto.
Nice.
Cool.
Well, between the three of you, how many movies do we have left? I will recommend Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Although I am also excited. Do we know, like, I'm looking online, The Flash, it's supposed to come out in 2023? Like,
it's supposed to be November this year. They might have moved it back.
November of this year?
They moved it back so they can CGI Ezra Miller out of the entire movie.
Tig Notaro. We could just slot Tig Notaro in there, no problem.
Oh, I thought that was actually happening. Like, I thought Tig Notaro was going to be in it.
No. What was the movie they did that for?
Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead.
Yeah, Army of the Dead. Yeah.
Who did they take out?
Chris D'Elia.
Oh.
They just decided they would rather go with someone else. And they spent the money to replace them.
Yeah.
So what I'm taking away from this podcast episode is, fuck Marvel. They make terrible movies. We can't look forward. We'll now look forward to the next Marvel movie.
To all of the Marvel movies that are coming out.
You want to see how bad they could get, or if they're hopeful, and if they switch around.
I've been
Hit
consistent.
me again.
I've been consistent in my defense.
I want more. Yes. Give me... It's like I still eat at McDonald's, even though I recognize that it's poisonous trash. Like,
I
just
think that's...
put it in my trough and let me feed from my trough. And
that's a good point to end. Thank you very much for listening, all. Tune in again next month.